So you're trying to purchase new home construction in the Lake Nona area, but you can't wait a year to move in? What are you going to do? Well, on this video, we're going to talk about some of the areas in the Lake Nona area that actually have homes for sale right now. And we're getting to it right away. My name is June KRANICH, and on this channel we do videos every single week of what it's actually like to live, to work, to eat, to commute, to live, all things as it's related to Orlando and Central Florida. So if that's the information that you want to need, well, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and click the bell below so that you're notified every time we do a new video. We have people calling us every single day, and my team and myself, we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about moving to Orlando or Central Florida, well then send us a text, give us a call, send us an email, however you wish to connect, because we got you covered when it comes to moving to Orlando and Central Florida. One of the biggest issues that's happening in this area, good news, bad news, is that there's not a lot of inventory. And with the way new home construction is building, they're having supply issues. And this is no military secret. Initially it was lumber, now it's the windows, it's permitting, the list goes on and on. And the demand for homes is far greater than the amount of inventory there. So we took some time today, well, I should say I took some time today and drove around and looked at some existing areas, existing homes, or they call them resale, however you wish to call it, in the Lake Nona area. You know, there's so many requests that my team and I get for Lake Nona, so I wanted to take the time to really get a feel for some of the other communities that are existing and that have been around. So when you drive up 417 north and you get off on the NARCOOSSEE exit, you're gonna go left towards down NARCOOSSEE Road. And that's where you're gonna find what you would consider maybe, I don't wanna say the older part of Lake Nona, but that's been there probably the longest and the most established. And it has, all the standard stuff, the restaurants and the grocery stores and the gyms and things like that. And it also has Lake Nona Country Club, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. But it also has some really nice communities. So the first community that I wanted to talk about was a community called Nona CREST, which has it's a gated community. The security is pretty good there, and the homes were lovely. Again, in Nona CREST, the homes have been there probably about 10 years, and there's right now only 2 homes for sale in that area. The price range is about $400,000 to about $700,000. They have a community pool, they have a kids playground, they have basketball courts. So it's a nice community. It's a nice, quiet community. And I talk about the good things, but I also want to talk about the not so good things. So NARCOOSSEE Road is a bit of a nightmare. It was, I should say, a 2-lane highway, and now they're of course expanding because of the traffic and because the amount of people. And so this area, though this subdivision is nice, just bear in mind and keep in mind that there's going to be continual construction on that road until they complete the expansion in that area, which is completely necessary. So as you can continue down NARCOOSSEE Road, there's some other subdivisions, and then I went over to North Lake Park. North Lake Park is a very well-known area. It is very pretty, it's very picturesque. When you first come in, you go over a bridge, and then on each side are townhomes. And I find that most of these communities, the townhomes are first, and then the homes are in the back. On niche.com, they rated this as A+, and one of the best places to live in Orlando. The public schools are rated B+, and they're A for diversity, and they're also A for families. So it is a beautiful area. It's on 500 acres, several different builders, and of course, there's a lot of homes over there. As I'm showing some footage of what it looks like. The average median home price is $376,000, and in this day and age, good luck with that. But I would say, again, just like in Nona CREST, you're probably looking at more about 400 to 500 and up, depending on, of course, the size. Always, if you want to keep your actual purchase price a little bit lower, then maybe you want to consider a townhome. A lot of people are kind of adverse to a townhome, which I'm not sure why, besides HOAs, and some people don't want the neighbor connected to them, which is certainly understandable. But again, with townhomes comes some of the benefits, and that is not having to worry about the yard. Also, everything stays pristine, and there's plenty of amenities and things of that nature. So they have a huge YMCA back there, and this YMCA has a Olympic size swimming pool, and of course all the bells and whistles that come with a YMCA, and also another school which looks like an elementary school, which I drove by and the kids were screaming at the top of their lungs, which made me laugh, because I remember running on the playground screaming at the top of my lungs when I was a little girl. So it's a really picturesque area. A little farther back into the Lake Nona area. So if you have to travel, like say to downtown Orlando, it might take a little longer. So you gotta decide what's most important to you. If you're getting any value out of this video, do me a favor, hit that like button and comment below and tell us what you want, what you're looking for, so we know what videos to put out next. There's also baseball field or fields, there's sports courts, a dog park, a park, so all of the things that come with a beautiful community. Again, not a whole lot of homes on the MLS right now, but there are a handful, and of course those can close in anywhere from 30 days to 45 days, depending on what kind of financing, if it's cash or conventional or what have you. So if you're looking to move in and move quite rapidly, then you might want to consider one of these areas. Now, as you come out of North Lake Park, you'll also come up to an area, there's the Goddard School. And you'll also come across an area that is called the Lake Nona Villages, and it has a Menchie's, it has an Italian restaurant, it has a restaurant called Nona Blue, which I went to eat a couple weeks ago, and it was very yummy and very crowded, busy. There's an outdoor area always to sit, and of course the inside of the restaurant. So, and then before you get to that area, there's physician area, offices, medical, dental, Advent Health, all the things you need in your community. So this area is pretty nice. You know, I shouldn't say pretty nice, it's very nice. And I guess you have to decide if you want a brand new home and you want to wait. The timeline on a lot of these homes are almost, 8 months to a year, and that is if they're on schedule. The other thing with Lake Nona in general is Tavistock moves at kind of a snail's pace. They feel they don't want to rush, which is kind of, again, good news, bad news. They are very, they're big on quality. And of course we all want that, but with all that's happening in the Orlando area and with the lack of inventory, it makes it a little more difficult. I know just recently meaning yesterday, they released 10 lots in the new phase of Lorette Park, 10. And that was highest and best. So there was a little bidding war going on there. So I'll kind of keep you informed when they're going to release some more lots. So kind of crazy. Didn't think we'd see this kind of mania second time after all that stuff that happened in 2007. But of course, banks are much more cautious Thank God. So we don't have to worry about that. They are predicting that this is not going to slow down, that it's only going to increase. Orlando is looking at least a 6% increase, and some financial gurus are forecasting as high as 15% increase. So you may want to consider moving sooner rather than later in purchasing. The third residential area that I visited, well, okay, let me stop. I went to Lake Nona Country Club, and I attempted to get in there, and they were like, no can do. So I'll have to come back at another time and get the proper permission. They're very serious about security. It's beautiful there. What I could see, which makes people want to see it even more because they won't let you in. Some of the homes back there are up to 5 million plus. So that is obviously on the higher end of the scope for existing homes. So then I went over to the Enclave at Village Walk, which is PULTE homes. This is Mediterranean style homes, high ceilings, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful homes. I got in by the grace because I followed somebody, and then I got kind of scared because I was afraid he was gonna call the police. So I just wanted to film, and I got some video of these homes. Again, there's some nice things about it. They're beautiful. They have all different styles. There's not a lot of Me Too's. However, they are very close to each other. So that's something that you gotta take a look at and decide if that's gonna work for you or not. There was one house for sale in there, and it was for $999,000. Large home, 3,500 plus square feet, outdoor kitchen, kind of bells and whistles. You have either views of conservation, they call it the preserve view, or you have a waterfront view. They have a clubhouse, they have tennis, they have pool, they have basketball courts, they have a dog area, obviously. So this is a lovely area. And the security is real good, I will say. And though I did still get in, so that's just something to think about. It wasn't a manned gate. So still really nice homes there. These homes are gonna be a little pricier. So try to give you a range anywhere from about 400,000, which right now in Orlando is pretty standard. And in Lake Nona, very standard. But these homes are beautiful. They're very close to the 417, so it's not so far to drive. And when I say far, when you come off the 417 and go down NARCOOSSEE, to get to North Lake Park was about 2.5 miles. To get to Nona CREST was about a mile. So Enclave the Enclave at Village Walk is a couple blocks. And then Lake Nona Country Club is kind of in between the Enclave and Nona CREST. Actually, forgive me, you can see the footage as I'm coming out of Nona CREST. Lake Nona Country Club is directly across the street, so it's a pretty nice place to be. So overall, all of these areas were nice, were good. And I guess it depends on what you want, if you're willing to wait or if you will take an existing home. And again, a kind of good news, bad news. In some of these homes, when you look in, they could use some updates. And some people, with the way the market is as a seller's market, they don't do anything to it. And you have to look at that as well. Would you rather pay $25,000 more and get what they consider a nice upgrade, or $25,000 less and you upgrade it the way you wish? I would prefer doing it the way I wish. So bear in mind, some of them need a little love, not much. This is still Lake Nona. Most of them are pretty outstanding. And the only real negative that I can say is the HOAs in most of these areas, but they do give you something, to pay for. And then the other part is that road of NARCOOSSEE with the traffic and the construction. Here I'm coming in for the close. So today we were talking about resale and existing neighborhoods and communities in the Lake Nona area versus waiting almost a year for new home construction. But if that's not what you're looking for, it's not really your jam or where you want to live, well, you have to let us know. You have to reach out. You have to let us know what you're looking for. That's what we're here for. My team and myself, we're here to make your relocation process smooth and seamless and stress-free. So remember, send us a text, give us a call, send us an email, however you wish to connect, because we got you covered when it comes to moving to Orlando and Central Florida. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.